Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this astrology channel that will cover different topics of numerology, astrology as well as palmistry. So in this video, we will learn about the 8 different signs of money and wealth. So you have to see your palm, and from that you will understand different indication of gaining the money and wealth. In today's world, everyone wants to have more money, more property, more vehicles. So you have to see different significations and different signs on your palm. So here you have to see both the hands. Okay, so someone might ask that which hand you have to see, which hand I have to see. Here you have to keep in mind that your left hand represents your upbringing and your inherited quality. That is, by birth, what are the qualities that you have achieved or you have gained. And the right hand symbols and signs and your lines will represent that quality that you have developed over times through your hard work and your patience. So in this video, one by one, we will cover 8 different signs for wealth and money. So the first sign, let me cover here. First sign, we have to see the mount of the Jupiter. So in the right hand side and the left hand side, the index finger, this below this mount is called as the mount of the Jupiter. Okay, this portion you have to see from your palm. Okay, so here this portion should be well built. This should not have this kind of structure. So this Jupiter mount might have some Guru Balay Rekha. Okay, so these are the some lines. These are called as the Guru Balay Rekha, and you can say that these are the lines of Jupiter. So those signs are good, but here if you, and there are some other positive signs also that are, suppose one cross is there, this represents your happy married life. Okay, so these are the some benefic signs. You might have some rectangle. If you have rectangle in the mount of the Jupiter, that will represent that you will be saved from the danger by the grace of the God. Okay, so these are the some positive sign. But here in this video we will see about the money and the wealth. Now both this mount in your left hand and the right hand Jupiter mount, you have to see here, if both this mount are well built and this portion should be strong enough. Okay, so that will represent if this Jupiter mount is well built, and if it does not have any negative sign. Negative sign means those are these signs that gives struggle in life. Okay, so there are various signs I have already explained to you. So if your Jupiter mount is very strong, well built, then you will be having good leadership quality. You can lead thousands of people. You can lead so many people under you. You can run a organization. You can be a CEO of an organization. Your analytical power will be good. You can teach people. You can guide people. So in this way you can earn lots of money. So here in this mount you have to see this mount should be strong and well built. Okay, so this was the first sign of the money and wealth through palmistry. Now let us go to our second sign. In the second sign we have to see the mount of the Venus. Okay, so here you have to see here this mount, here this mount, the swelling portion of your palm, this is called as the mount of the Venus. Okay, so this mount should be well built, and here you need to have some vertical lines. If you have horizontal lines also, no problem, but vertical lines should be there. Here in this hand you can see there are so many vertical lines. So in this way, if you have vertical line as well as horizontal line also, no problem. So that represents that your Venus is strong. So when Venus is strong, Venus represents the physical pleasure, Venus represents the property, Venus represents the physical comfort, Venus represents the property, Venus represents the vehicles. So in all of these aspects of your life, you will lead a happy life. So in this way, if your Venus mount is strong enough, and this mount should not have only the horizontal line. If your Venus mount have only the horizontal lines, then this is a negative sign. That means this is a malefic sign, you can say like that. So that will harm your career, and that will harm or that will disturb your life. Your married life will be disturbed if you have only the horizontal line. But if you have vertical lines, that means or that shows the happy married life. So if you have this kind of structure also, then no problem. If you have both the vertical as well as the horizontal line, then also it is good. Okay, so this is the second sign for the money and wealth. So if you have good Venus mount, and if you have vertical lines, and if you have vertical as well as horizontal line also, then also this is good for you. Now let us come to our third sign. In the third sign, we have to see our lifeline. So these are the lifeline in your left hand as well as the right hand. So this lifeline should be clear, and this should not be that much thick. So if you have a thick line, that represents you might be having some health related issues. So if your lifeline is well enough, there is no broken line like that. Suppose if you have a line, then there is a gap in between this line and it is continuing like this, so this is not good. This is a negative sign. But if your lifeline is like this, as I have shown in your palm, that represents that you will lead a healthy life. Healthy life also leads to the saving of your expenditure in your illness. So here the third point is, if you have a good lifeline, that is also a representation of good money and income. Okay, now let us go to our fourth sign. In the fourth sign, we have the color of your palm. So if your palm color is of light pink color, this palm should have, both the left hand side and the right hand side palm should have light pinkish color. So this color will represent that your heart activity or your cardiac activity is good. You have a good stamina, that represents your blood circulation or blood flow is good. But if your palm color is dark pink, that is also not good. Light pink is said to be good in palmistry. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that your hand color, the skin color, you can say like that, your palm color, you can say like that, this should be light pinkish color. That will represent your good stamina, and with the help of this sign, you will understand that you will lead a healthy life and you can earn more money and wealth. Okay, now let us go to our fifth sign. So fifth sign is related to the fish sign. So in the mouth of the, suppose Ketu, you can see the south node of the moon, you can say like to be. So if the mount of the Ketu has a fish sign, or in any other part also, if you have fish sign in hand, that represents sudden gain of property or sudden gain of money. Suddenly during 1 or 2 years of your life, you will inherit or you will get a lot of property and lots of money. That pending money will come to your way. So this sign is also a good sign, but you have to keep in mind that this fish sign, this tail should be downward direction, and your this mouth of the fish, this should be in the upward direction. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that how fish line is formed. Sometimes it may be like this also. Okay, and sometimes like this. Okay, this is also fish sign, but this should not be open. So sometimes these lines may go a little bit go outside also. Okay, like this. This is also a fish sign, but this sign should be a closed one. There should not be open face. Okay, so this fish sign represents sudden gain of money. So this was the fifth sign that represents extremely high wealth and your money income. Okay, so next let us go to our another sign. Now this sixth sign, we have the money triangle. So how the money triangle is formed? So you have to see your line of the fate line. Your fate line, it should look like this, and this is the fate line. Sometimes your fate line may start from the Venus mount, sometimes from the moon mount also. No problem, no issue with that. But this line should be clear, and this line should not be a broken line. And you have to see your this mind line. Here will be having the lifeline, here will be having the heart line. So this mind line, your fate line, and your health line will go like this. Sometimes this line is also called as the line of the Mercury. Okay, so this triangle, let me show you here. This triangle is called as the money triangle, that is formed by the fate line, your mind line, and the health line or the Mercury line. So this line represents you will gain money from the business. So if you do business, you will gain lots of money. But if your triangle is open in some phase, if there is a gap in between, in one of the corner or in between the line, if the line, these three lines are broken, then that is not called as the money triangle. So money triangle will be formed by your fate line, your mind line, and your Mercury line. So this triangle is called as the money triangle. If you have money triangle, you should be concentrated on your business. If you are a employee also, if you are doing job also, then also you should have some side business that will be giving you lots of money and wealth. So this was the sixth sign, and this sign is often found in the billionaire's hand. Now let us go to our seventh sign for money and wealth. So in the seventh sign, we have to see our line of the fate line. So what is the fate line? Fate line actually represents, so fate line, how it is formed, it may start from your Ketu mount, it may start from your moon mount, or it may start from your Venus mount. Okay, but it should go to your the mount of the Saturn. Here below the middle finger, this is the mount of the Saturn. So this line should end here. Okay, if it may go up to this point also, it may stop here also, no problem, but it should at least touch the mount of the Saturn. Okay, here also let me show you. Here this is also a fate line. So in this line you have to see if your fate line is strong, is well built, if it is not broken in parts, and if it is not too light or too dark or too thick in size, then this is a good representation or good sign of your fate. Fate means it will give you immense patience while doing some work. If you have a good fate line that represents that in any type of work, you can concentrate on your work and you can finish the work. You can do 100%, you can give 100% effort, and you can finish the work that represented by this fate line. So this fate line also brings you opportunity that will help you to grow some wealth and money. Okay, now let us go to our final sign, that is the eighth sign that will represent the money and wealth. Okay, in palmistry you have to close all your fingers. Close means you are just joining these fingers like this, all the fingers. If you have gap in between these fingers, suppose if you have a gap after joining the fingers here and here, that represents you might have a high income, but that money will not stay with you, it will go with your expenditure, or it represents you will be having some high expenditure if you have gap after joining the lines. Okay, so this is the eighth sign. If you have no gap in between the fingers while joining the all those lines, all those fingers, all these four fingers, you have to say, if you have no gap, that represents that you will gain money and the money will also come into your savings. Okay, so if you earn money and that will come to your savings, but if you have large gaps in between your fingers, that represents that if you earn a lot of money also, that will go out with your expenditure. Okay, so this much for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any question related to these lines, then you can ask in the comment section. So if you want me to analyze your hand or your birth chart, then you can contact me on email or WhatsApp. Thank you.